This video will tell you how to predict products for single replacement reactions. As you know, single replacement reactions are of the type A plus BX forms AX plus B. Now in this case, A is an element and BX is a compound that can be ionic or an acid. AX will be the new compound and B will be the new element that is formed. You will need to know how to recognize an element. Most elements are simply represented as their atomic symbol. But for 7 of the elements on the periodic table, and a couple more that we won't go into, the elements are found as molecules in their elemental state. We call these the diatomic molecules. There are 7 of them, which you, unfortunately, will have to memorize. Hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine. There are a couple of ways to memorize these. The first is a mnemonic. Have no fear, ice cold beer, where have stands for hydrogen, no stands for nitrogen and oxygen, fear stands for fluorine, ice stands for iodine, cold stands for chlorine, and beer stands for bromine. Another way to look at them would be to consider them a gang, and you could call that gang the hydrogen 7. We have hydrogen on the left side of the chart, and the other elements form a 7 on the periodic table. However you do it, you will have to remember these because when you are identifying single replacement reactions, you will have to notice when you see one of these diatomic molecules that it is in its elemental state. You will also have to write correct formulas for these in the products. When you are given one of these reactions, you will have to look at the element and see what type of an ion it forms. If it forms a positive ion, it will displace the positive ion in the compound. In this example, copper forms a positive ion, which is often +2, and so it will displace the silver in silver nitrate. So silver becomes our first product, and it's just written as Ag because now it's silver, the element. Nitrate has a -1 charge, so we need 2 nitrates for each copper, so our other product will be copper 2 nitrate. The picture here is of copper wire that has been put into a solution of silver nitrate. And this reaction has been allowed to go for quite a while. You can see the buildup of silver on the copper, and you can see the blue tinge to the solution. That is due to the copper +2 ions that have been formed in the reaction. If the element forms a negative ion, it's going to displace the negative ion in the compound. In this case, we have chlorine reacting with potassium bromide. Chlorine forms a negative ion, and so it will displace the negative ion in potassium bromide. So bromide ion becomes bromine, and its elemental form is Br2. It's one of the hydrogen 7. Potassium has a +1 charge, so the formula between potassium and chloride is just going to be KCl. Now, neither of these 2 equations is balanced, or neither of them are balanced. That's because the first thing you want to do is predict the products. Then you are going to balance the equations. It's very important that you do this for every type of reaction that you are going to predict the products for. You predict the products first. You make real molecules or ionic compounds. Then you balance the equation.